Good morning, friends, and welcome to the SBI Securities Morning Podcast. Starting up with how our markets perform. We saw a highly volatile session yesterday with the benchmark indices ending lower and the Nifty finishing around 25,750 mark, extending the losing streak for the third consecutive session. This was ahead of the FOMC meeting outcome. At close, the Sensex and Nifty both were down 0.32% respectively. FII stayed net sellers as they sold stocks worth rupees 1,651 crores, and DIS continued their buying spree as they net bought stocks to the tune of rupees 3,752 crore in the cash market yesterday. For today, the Gift Nifty is trading higher, which indicates a strong opening for our market. Now, a brief on the recap of the US markets. The Wall Street ended higher on Friday after the Fed Reserve cut interest rates by a quarter percentage point. This was as expected, and investors have now bet on further easing down the road, even as the central bank has signaled that it will put further cuts on pause for now. In his press conference, the Fed Chair Jerome Powell declined to provide guidance on whether there will be another rate cut in the near future. However, investors have garnered some hope for easing from his comments that the labor market has significant downside risk and that the central bank doesn't want its policy to push down on job creation. Ultimately, the S&P 500 closed 0.67% up, eyeing a return to its October 28 record closing high, but ultimately falling short at the end of the trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 1.05%, while the Nasdaq Composite gained 0.33%. At the current juncture, the dollar index is at 98.58, USD INR has settled at 89.98, and the Brent crude is currently trading at 62.52. Talking about the Asian markets, the Asian equities have echoed gains on the Wall Street after the Fed Reserve cut interest rates and the chair Jerome Powell voiced optimism that the US economy will strengthen as the inflationary impact from tariffs fade away. Coming back to our markets and the stocks that would be in focus today, we have Tata Steel, wherein the company's board has approved the 4.8 million ton per annum capacity expansion at Neelachal Ispat Nigam. This is the phase 1 of the capacity expansion planned at Neelachal and will enable Tata Steel to further strengthen its long products portfolio. The board has also approved the plan to set up a 0.7 million ton per annum hot roll pickling and galvanizing line at its existing cold rolling complex in Tarapur, Maharashtra. Additionally, the board has also approved the acquisition of a 50.01% equity stake in Triveni Pellets from Triveni Earthmovers for rupees 636 crore. So, a lot of action-packed news for Tata Steel today. We expect a positive reaction for the same. Lloyds Metal and Energy will also be in focus as the company's subsidiary has received the board approval to enter into a arrangement to acquire a 50% equity stake in Nexus Holdco for approximately USD 55 million. Nexus holds approximately 80 to 90% equity stake in Surya Mines SARL and 8 other companies which are incorporated in the Democratic Republic of Congo. These target companies collectively hold various mining concessions and a copper processing plant. Additionally, the company's board has also approved entering into a non-binding memorandum of understanding with Tata Steel to explore potential cooperation in areas such as raw material mining, logistics, petals, and steelmaking. So expect a positive reaction for Lloyds Metal as well. Puravankara will also be in focus as the company's subsidiary has received a letter of acceptance worth rupees 509.5 crore for turnkey civil construction, finishes, MEP, and external development for Varnam Phase 1 at the One Bangalore luxury project. So positive for Puravankara. Additionally, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders will be in focus as the Brazilian Navy and the Indian Navy, in association with Mazagon Dock, has entered into a MOU for the exchange of information related to the maintenance of Scorpion class submarines and other military ships. So positive development for Mazagon Dock, and that was all for today. Thank you for tuning in.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.